It's Sunday. It's 8 o'clock. It's stream time. Hi folks, and welcome back to Arrakis. We're back here once again in Dune Awakening. Good to see you all. Let me see. Who have we got here today? So first... Oh, it's not letting me scroll up. Why is that not letting me scroll up? Okay, there we go. The first person in chat today was Bulwark, saying hello. Have a great day, folks. Same to you, Bulwark. Then second, we have Phantom6767. Hello to you. And third was Tay Mannix. Oh, Tay. Back in the top 3 again. Back in the top 3. Evening Anger, evening chat, says Tay. Congratulations for the first, second and third. Right, who else do we have? We've got Whiptus1 saying hi all. We've got, oh my god, how do I pronounce that? Goncalo Susta Silva. How's that? He is coming back to Dune. Nice. I've been on Dune. This is what, episode 17 of the streams? 18? Been quite a long time on these streams. Rex Havoc is here. Hello to you. Ian Og is here. Saying good evening, everyone. Don't forget to click the like or something. Yes. Smash the like button, but do it gently, as we say around these parts. Ian Og also says, I'm still debating whether to give Dune another try. Make me wonder what'll happen first. Getting the hang of Dune or getting the hang of editing videos? Practice makes perfect, Ian. So make Dune videos and then you can practice Dune and editing at the same time. How about that? That work? Yanni Panker says, hello everyone. I probably won't be on time again today. It'll be on later, not sure yet. Going on some festival with co-workers in about 30 minutes. Not sure when I'll be home. Not a problem. Not a problem, Yanni. Maybe see you later on. Just wanted to say hi to all and have fun. Thank you, Yanni. Very much appreciated. Zeros is here saying hi, Anger, and everyone in chat. DC Weston's here saying hello, Anger, in chat from Washington, DC. The O-Dog 1970 is here. Howdy, howdy. Game Labs is here. Evening Anger, evening chat. Fit like Nabad Yourself. Game Labs. Nabad Yourself. Nefer's here saying hello there. Kathy Ann says hello, Anger. Hello, chat. Ishbel Jones is here saying hi, everyone in Anger. Hope you are all well. Yes, thank you very much. John Lehman is here saying hello, everyone. Bulwark is back. Hello again, all. Good evening. Bulwark says, congrats to Scotland for their victory in rugby. Well, it tells you a lot when we were playing rugby. Rugby just does not interest me at all, I'm afraid. But thank you anyway, thank you. Who did we beat in our victory? I've got no clue. Gamer Hobo is here. Hello chat, howdy Anger, good to see you my pal. Kane BG is here, greetings, hello. People saying hello to you. Max Crownflip is here. Good evening, everyone. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you, Max. Good to see you. The Boolant84 says morning. Good evening. Where are you? It's morning. You're either way ahead of us or way behind us. One of the two. One of the two. Kenneth Brunner. Hello. Hello, all one. Well, hello to you, Kenneth. Sheriff No Man is here. Good evening, all. Good to see you. Lots of people saying hello to each other, which is great to see. Mark Santos is here. Hey, Anger. Hey, chat. Happy Sunday. Just dropped by to say hi and bye. I have to catch the VOD. Cheers. No problem, Mark. Good to see you. Have a nice Sunday. Game Love says, actually, we slow blade the light blooded around here. Well, maybe. That'll definitely smash you up. Now I've now just lost my place. It just skipped. Where did we get to? Completely lost. Completely lost. There we are. There we are. I found it. I found it. Rusty Gear saying, hi all. A recent Dune patch mentions it. Considerable reduced PSO stutter in the game. Has anyone seen an improvement? I haven't really seen much stutter in the game to see an improvement. I can't say I've noticed. Bulwark says Scotland beat Argentina in the Nations League. Oh, okay. Are Argentina any good at rugby? Refused Barbarians here. Hi Troy, how are you? Good to see you. Basically the World Cup that... sure, there is a World Cup for rugby, isn't there not? Yeah, rugby, just not for me. Dave Hogg has just appeared. Evening Anger and all in chat. 8:05 PM, better late than never. Not a problem. I got into trouble this week. I got into trouble from someone in my comments who was watching the stream. Remember the stream we did where they had just announced Conan Exiled Enhanced, the UE5 update for Conan Exiles, and we spent 40 minutes downstairs in the garage just talking about that. I got really into trouble from somebody who was like, "What are you doing talking about?" Oh, I've left my ornithopter outside. Oh no. Oh no, what kind of state is that going to be? That's going to be well damaged. Bound to have been a sandstorm come back. Well, it's pretty damaged. It's pretty damaged. Let's get that fixed. Yeah, I was like, "What are you doing talking about Conan on a Dune stream?" It's like, you can't be doing that. And I was like, well, that's just the way it works. It's a chill stream where I chat to the community, and if the community were chatting about Conan while I was on it, then that's fine. And yeah, he then came back to me and going, well, what's the point of streaming with just chatting to your Discord? It's like, I wasn't chatting to my Discord, I was chatting to the people in chat. So just bugger off. People just love to moan. Do I have copper wire? I do have copper wire. Can I not repair that? Well, that's well damaged. Oops. Poor Thopter got sandblasted. It did, and probably multiple times as well. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. I've let the power run out on my base before, and the Thopters inside my hangar got absolutely destroyed. Down, I think it goes all the way down to like 10% durability. Imagine doing a Conan giveaway in a Dune stream, jeez. What? You told him, what a grump. Yeah, what a grump, yes, exactly. That reminds me, thank you Kane, there is the last of the Dune Awakening anniversary giveaways is happening over in Discord at the moment. We've got one more, the final copy of the Dune Awakening base game, a Steam key for that. So if anybody would like a copy of the Dune Awakening Steam key, please head over to Discord. Links in the description below, and you can hit the free entry to get a Steam key base game, or a base game for Steam key. Right, is that it all repaired? It looks like it's all repaired. Obviously I was in here playing earlier on today, and I also left my copter. It's as good as... oh no, there's a wing still needing repaired, and it needs refueled as well. There we go, refueled. Right, which wing needs repaired? Not that one, not that one, that one. Let's repair that one. Okay. Right, it is now repaired again. Yeah, so over on Discord we have the last of the Dune Awakening anniversary giveaways happening, so feel free to enter if you so wish. Let me see, where did we get to? Better check myself. I'm okay because I was inside, so my armor and everything's all okay. It was just my poor Thopter. Can't please them all, says Troy Aiken. Troy Aiken? Where did that come from? Troy the Confused Barbarian. There's a blast from the past. For those who know who Troy Aiken is. Right, we're okay. Right, we can now swap that back for that. Put that for that, and put them back in the chest. Okay, right. So this week I have been looking for a base location over in the Eastern Shield Wall, and I found a base location, and I've started playing about with making a base. I started playing about making a base, and then I thought, right, I need to expand that base to make a hangar out the back, and I went and crafted up a staking unit that allows you to expand your land claim. And it's like, got up there, and turns out that both at the front and the back that are too close to other buildings that have already staked a claim, so I can't expand the base out bigger than one advanced subfief. So I've done a little bit of tweaking. It's not the best. I'm not particularly happy with it, but it'll probably do. I'm going to drop that in there for just now. It'll probably do until I can get up there, and I'll get a what do you call it? Plastanium, is it? But most of the build sets require granite stone. They're really, really cheap to build. But the Harkonnen and the Atreides build set need, I think it's called plastone. So you get that, it's like a black rock that's up in the eastern and western shield wall, and you have to process that into plastone, so it's a bit more expensive to build. And this base I'm building, I'm using the water shipper set at the moment. Well, hopefully we'll have time to pop by and I can let you see it later on today. It's just made out of granite, so it's super cheap. And when we're up there, we'll be able to grind plastone really easy, because there's loads of it anywhere, once we get moved up there. And then we can probably build a proper Atreides base after that. So, while I was up there, I popped in. I should have popped in more. I keep forgetting. I think last week we popped into Southern Comms, and you can just drop in from the top and get the Celestial chest and get stuff. So I dropped in, and this is what I got. I got a spark knife, a unique knife that it's actually better, because I'm using a dirk, and dirk are Harkonnen knives. This is more like an Atreides knife. But let's see, pulse of deadly electricity. It said, and the palms when hitting. Stop scrolling. The blade gives a small jolt of electrical energy to the palms when hitting an enemy, offering a small stamina boost, a far cry from the legendary weapons of the Butlerian Jihad. So when you use that, it gives you a little bit more energy. So, and it's also, now we go to this, it's 69.6 damage, whereas this one is 34.9, so it's like twice the damage almost. So let's research that, and let's get that crafted. Weapons fabricator is here. And knives, spark knife, it needs diamantine dust, blade parts. It's an aluminium tier weapon. Okay, so let's craft that. Where did we get to? Poor thought we got sandblasted. Can't please them all. Imagine they're going to give away the stream same. Jeez, got me worried there, Kane, because I thought, oh, I just put the let me see. Yes, it definitely does say Dune Awakening on it. I just put the giveaway live just before I came online. It's like, oh no, have I said Conan Exiles? But it is Dune Awakening. But I will quite happily give away. If I get stuff to give away, I'm going to give it away. It doesn't matter what I'm streaming at the time. Kathy Ann says, you told him, what a grump. Yes, indeed. Cable Home says, moaning online is a full-time job for some people, especially on Reddit. I keep well away from Reddit. There's the odd time that I Reddit, if I'm searching for something, I'm Googling for something, a link will come up to Reddit and I'll go in and have a look, but I just keep, there's so much negativity on Reddit, I keep well away from that. Gamer Hobo and Funcom Steam reviews, yes, indeed. Game Lab says, I'm sorry, but it's your channel. If that's the way the chat goes, it'll be, if they don't understand the special feeling of engaging with the community, just a keyboard warrior, best ignored. 100%. Yeah. Once I told them that it was the chat in this chat, the in-game chat that we were just in, it wasn't me sitting streaming while speaking to people on Discord. He never came back after that. They went quiet, but I thought that one was quite funny, getting into trouble for talking about Conan Exiles on a Dune stream. Put the ornithopter in the pistol before logging off. I normally do. I normally back it up. It's normally backed up, but for some reason I must have just left it outside this afternoon. Oh well. Kathy says, good luck to all who enter. Thank you, Kathy. Kathy, didn't you say that you were going to put a safe landing spot for your thopter? I've talked about that, putting one on the roof, And I kept thinking, but I'm going to move, so what's the point? I'm going to move, and we've got weeks without moving. So now we're very close to moving now. That I think the base is pretty much built. I've been tweaking it a little bit today, so it's ready to kind of pack everything up into the. Can pack all the good stuff into the what's it called, the buggy, and then we can drive up there and move in. So if we don't do any moving this week, it'll definitely be next week. Where did we get to? Where did we get to? Kane's in a new Kindle and Anger's near future. Yep, there we go. We've House Jabal Spit Dart 89.9. Did I just store that in there? Yes, because that one's 128. Right, so let me take that out of there and put that into there, and that could be our weapon storage. Okay, so let me see. What we have to do now is it says up in the top left hand corner we have to complete Tainted Spice, and for Tainted Spice we have to go to the Wreck of the Delphis. The Wreck of the Delphis is over here in the radiation zone of the Shoal. So to get into there, we crafted a radiation suit last time, but I want to make some iodine pills as well, which radiation suits will reduce our radiation damage by 90%, and the iodine pills will slow it down even more. I want to make one of them, but if we go to... where are they? Where is iodine pills? Is it under here? There it is, iodine pill. It requires Duraluminium ingot, and to make Duraluminium ingots we need aluminium and we need jasmium. Plastone, that's the stuff I was speaking about. So we have to get basalt stone from the eastern shield wall. So 150 basalt stone makes 250 plastone, as you see, in one silicon block. And that's what you use to make the Atreides and the Harkonnen build sets. Right, so aluminium ingots, I've got 397 of them. And then Duraluminium, we need an aluminium ingot and 3 jasmium crystals. And jasmium crystals are found in that radiation zone, so we have to go into the radiation to get jasmine, to get pills that'll protect us from radiation. But problem is, if we look at our cut array, you can see all the things it does. We could take the buggy over there, but it's a long way to take the buggy, and this does basalt and aluminium because it's a Mark III. It's not good enough to do jasmium, so we need... Now, where's cut array is going to be? There's cut array Mark III, there's cut array Mark IV. And if we do that... Oh no, do we not have... I've taken all the cobalt paste, have I? I've taken it all up to the new base to make the... Oh... Well, we might have to go on a trip to the new base. Unless we can make any more cobalt paste. No, nowhere near enough cobalt paste. What a muppet! What a muppet! Where do we craft that in? Blood extractor, survey probe. We need a survey probe anyway. Cut array Mark IV. Yeah, we're missing cobalt paste. Damn it! Right. Well, in that case, we're going on a trip. Let me put the booster on to make it a bit quicker. Thruster, and take that. Put that on there. Let me out. Oops. Right, detach. Module is already attached. Oh, I've passed it. Detach. Invalid target. Why is that saying? There we go. Detach the storage. I was using that storage to transport the materials up to the new base. Oops. Let's see. Game Lab says, speaking of base builds, really enjoyed your Dune base build vid. Great work. Thank you very much. It was difficult to make, I must admit. Not having the heat of the day when you're trying to build your base and you're not actually covered, you're going to get the heat exhaustion is going to suck away your water, and then also having to make all the materials ready for it myself. It took a while. It took a while to make that video. Right, that'll do. Right, into Thopter, let's head due east, boost, and Vulture. Game Lab says, need more Dune vids please, you've finished your series. I know, I do need to get back onto the Dune videos. Speaking of which, Game Labs, no not Game Labs, Gamer Hobo completed his Dune series yesterday. His last video until they make some new updates. Well, he's now got to take a little break from Dune. Right, let's see. At least in this period, the energy lasts double. Yeah, so they've updated. Funcom does this both in Conan as well. The techniques that they put in to combat people leaving the game, they realise that people go on holiday during the summer, so they double. So the energy for our shields that we put in our bases in Dune and the decay timer in Conan have both been doubled, so we can last longer without having to log in and play. Right, so we've got to come in the north part, and you've got to see a really cool Atreides base. My neighbour. Where did we get? Rusty Gear says, a spark knife doesn't sound very nice to hold into a fight. Yeah, it's got to give you an electric shock every time you hit someone. Kane says, what's Reddit? It's a place on the internet where people like to be negative and moan at each other. But every now and again does have some good information in it. 12 Nichols says, hello Anger, good to see ya. Hi chat, good to see you too. Bulwark says, at least his period is doubled. Yep. 12 Nichols says, glad I caught your stream. Good stuff. Welcome along. Nice to be around constructive people. Yeah. Oh, I thought I had to turn 3/4 of the way around. It's like, oh no, my Thopter's not here. Right, get in. So look at there. Look at that. That's not mine. That's my neighbour. They build their big base, and then they've used a light coloured. What is that? Is that the Caladan set that they've used? A mixture of Caladan and maybe a Atreides set that they've used for the top part. But essentially, it is still just a box, but they've put this Atreides. They made the Atreides logo out of the lighter pieces as well. Very cool. Right. Oh, I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it. Right, so this is my base that I've just built this weekend. Here, not quite what I wanted, as I discussed. So this is the water shipper's base. So we've got a lower level area. You can go in, and I wanted this bit here, the hangar. I wanted that to be hanging over here, over this bit, but this base here, oh, it's actually pretty cool from this side as well. This base here, staking unit, comes all the way out to here, so I can't place my staking unit because it's blocked by that base over there. So I can't do that, and I can't put it this side either because that base is blocking it. So it's like, I suppose I could maybe turn the whole thing around 90 degrees, but I think we're going to keep it. I've ended up building the hangar over the top of the. See, there's a gap in there that comes out and over the top of the front bit. And also it uses this bit that's unique to the water shipper set, these arms. I've used one there. I wanted them to come out the way as well, but again, I can't go out. It's too wide. Moves out of the block. So this whole thing ends up being built inside a single advanced subfief. And this will do as a stepping stone until we get cool door from the water shipper's garage door. Is it going to close again? Will eventually, but never mind. Oh, there we go. So it folds up like that. In we go. Right, so this is where like the buggies and your sandbike will be. One of these should have there. Look, there we go. Let's split that in half and take that. That's what we need. That's just granite. So you can then go up the stairs, and this will be the sort of main crafting area here. We'll have all the benches and stuff around here, maybe storage as well. And then I've got a little bedroom type area at the front here. This is the bit that overhangs the front. And then you can go up here. I wanted to go up here and go out that way to the hangar, but we've had to double back and come up this way to the hangar. Why I didn't land in the hangar, I'm not sure. So yeah, it's not big enough to have all your full benches and stuff like that, but it'll do for us now. It'll come up here and we'll be able to build enough stuff to actually make an Atreides base somewhere as well. But yeah, it's okay. It's not how I wanted it to be. I had to play about with it quite a bit to tweak it. But it's so cheap because all these DLC pieces just use plain cheap granite. You don't have to use anything else. The only thing that was expensive was the whatever that's called. Totally forgotten what that's called. But the field that you can land in. But yeah, pretty cool. It's totally dwarfed by these massive bases either side of me, but hey ho, such is life. Such is life. And that is the station. That one that you drop in. You drop in from the top. It's maybe that one over there. Can't remember. Where I got my knife from. Right, let's head back. Back to base. Back to our current base, shall we call it. Right, I see chat has scrolled off the screen. Oh no it hasn't, no it hasn't. Plastone is made from basalt and silicon blocks, so way more expensive than granite, but it's why the DLC builds set. But I get why the DLC builds set a granite. And some of the DLC sets are really nice. Go to the overland map. Dave Hogg says, the same moving houses causes stress. Is that the same in the game? Not really. Not once you've done it a few times. The fact that you go... I remember when you first start playing the game and you have to get across the gap from Haga Basin South across to the Vermilius Gap. And that's a big gap that you have to get your sand bike to go across, and then when you make your first base and you've got your sand bike packed up with everything that you own in the game, either on your inventory or on the sand bike, and you have to go across there through 2 zones, so with the possibility of meeting 2 worms, and if that worm was to eat you, you got to go, oh, it's all over. But that's pretty stressful. But once you've done it a few times, it's not such a big deal. But yeah, we'll pretty much... Oh, there's a spice blow over there. We'll pretty much have to pack up everything we have into our buggy, because the buggy can carry loads of stuff, and then we can drive it up to Eastern Vermilius Gap. There's one bit of sand that you have to cross. Oh, there's a sandstorm over there. Which way is that going? Right, there's our base there. Because we weren't in the zone, we didn't get the warning about a sandstorm. But yeah, it's not that stressful. Right, land. Now we can remove the boost again, and because we will need storage to carry the Jasmine. Come on. Oh, I got it there. Come on, there we go. Kane says, that reminds me that I still have the tainted spice clogging my inventory even after completing all the story quests. Right, assemble, put the storage on. Okay. Let me in. Yes, I mean, this base here, this is the smuggler's set, and this is all granite as well. Oh, let me in. Let me in my own door, please. Right, put that back on there. That was really stupid of me taking all the cobalt all the way across. Right, put that in there. Right, so let's get the cut array crafted so that we can actually farm jasmium. There is cut array Mark 4, and so you can see it harvests basalt and aluminium and jasmium as well. Craft one of them. Is there a buggy route in Shoal that you can get in and out before dying to the rads? I've never tried doing that, Rusty Gear. I've pretty much, I've seen a lot of people build a little base down in the Shoal out of the radiation zone and have a buggy there for doing that. I tend to just nip down in hand and craft it. Right, so we now should have this. So we don't need the Mark III anymore, so let's just recycle the Mark III. Make sure we get the right one. Cut array Mark III, recycle. And then we can put the 4 in there. We don't need to take... Oh, that's my construction tool from the other side, that's fine. Can we put this in here? Storage. Put that in. Nope. That's full with weight. Can't move in there. Can't put anything in there. And we've got one space there. There we go. Drop that in there. Okay. We've got our survey tool and our survey probe. The last one we need to do. But now we need to go and get some jasmium. A lot of flying about this starting part. Right. Well, we can't boost because we've got the storage on, so we've got to fly up high. I topped up my water before I left as well, but never mind. We've got to fly up to like 700 meters. Like so, and then we're going to point our nose down a bit, and we're going to go vulture, and we'll pick up a lot of speed. 130 kilometers, 140 kilometers, 150 kilometers an hour. I wonder if I could change that to miles an hour. Never checked that. Right, where are we? Well, it says depends how much you hoard and what you want to leave behind. That is true. That is true. But basically, if we take one full stack of all the stuff we have, then we'll be absolutely fine for the new base. We can always come back and get more if we need to. You can try on the west side. Okay, and says Rusty Gear, you could, but you will not have time to fill the buggy. What I do is just leave the buggy and exit the radiation on a thopter to clear the rads. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do too. Right, we're going to go down and we're going to go in this one, the 7 o'clock one. That should take us into the shoal. Bulwark says there is 1 or 2 islands out of the radiation that you can cross from the outside and go out before you get max rad. Mr. Gear says, Kane, interesting, I never thought about that. Game Labs is starting a new stream series on Friday. It's the Nomad Challenge with a twist. Same rules apply, plus 2 additional rules that are 1, no followers, and 2, if one of the character dies, it's over. Rules apply, plus 2 additional rules that 1, no followers, and 2, if one of the character died. So is that a multiplayer one that you're doing, Game Labs? Is that you You, Rob and Cathy playing together. Kane says, good luck, labs. Cathy says, love the temp new base. Thank you. The base looks cool. Thank you. Dog says, finding building spots on some of the servers is a PITA. That is true. Right, here we are. We are in the shoal. Let me... Can I put my radiation suit on? I can. There we go. Right, so we need to go in. There's a little person's base there. There's some more bases over there. In fact, that's the ship that you have to go to on the Harkonnen playthrough. Is there going to be any... Oh, there's a bad guy there. I can't see any actual nodes. The nodes of jasmine are usually in those pools. Nope, don't see any. Let's go over here. Let's see. I can see some right there on that pool there. Right, so now you can see right down in the center of the bottom of my screen where the pink bar is, just to the left of that you've got a radiation sign. The red bar around the outside of that sign will start filling up as you get radiated. And if that gets all the way to the top, you're dead. Right. There we go. Right, and then we'll put that in the storage. And then once we've done that, we can quick drop it off. Alright, so there's more down there. Does it not tell you whether you're in a high or low radiation zone or whatever? I think we're in low down here. Well, there we go. And then we can just pop up here and go F to quick deposit. More through here. 2 nodes here. And obviously the radiation that we're picking up is reduced because of the radiation suit. As you can make a higher level radiation suit later on, it'll be even better. And then if we had iodine on top of that, it slows it even more. Alright, any more? There's one down there. There are caves in some of these rocks as well that have got lots of jasmium inside them. Jasmium deposited. What's our radiation like? So radiation is only, it's not even a quarter yet. Right, here we go. Where can we go? Let's go. Oh, there's some spice deposit there. Thought of a compactor with it. Right, is there any... Don't see any jasmium in that pools. Go over here. Yeah, I see some. There we go. And another this. As you go up the tiers of material, the patterns that you have to draw with your cutter ray get a little bit more complex. There's one there. There's a cave. There's a cave there. You go down in there and you get more in there. Sorry, I'm not reading chat at the moment. I'm just kind of trying to get this as quickly as possible. Before it's just at a quarter now. There's another one. And what we get. how much do we have now? 631. We're only at halfway. Are there any more in this rock? Oh, no. Up, up, up. Not seeing any more. Alright. Let's just shoot over here for a bit. Got this one over here. Yeah, this one's got a few in there. Radiation increased, so we're in a high radiation zone now. Right, so let's be quick. Let's be quick. Keep an eye on our radiation. One. Get into this one. So you see our radiation level is now at 50%. But that is going to do us. I'm not going to risk it anymore. We need to get out of here. Let's head due south. Go. Get a little bit of the speed up. And then, right, we're in a low radiation now, so that's fine. We'll get out of here. And then we'll get out of the radiation zone and that line will just go back down again. So as long as that red line doesn't get all the way around, if it gets all the way around, you're instantly dead. Odog says you could always pick up the whole base and move it. That is true. That is true. But yeah, that's probably a good idea, because then I can, once it's there, I can redesign it. Are we still in the... No, so we're out of the radiation zone now, so you can see the red line is now decreasing. And we're all good. Right, I can now put on our still suit again. Travel to the overland map. And let's see... Oh, it says, wasn't paying attention, do you have your rad suit? We sure do. Odog says, you could always pick up... Okay, we've had that one. Bad Guy's here. Good evening, Bad Guy. How are you? Everybody saying hello. Bad Guy, Yaka Rob 1 is here as well. Good afternoon to you. You are Mandem. Hello, good to see you. Yaka Rob says, just finished watching Labs' Nomad finale. Nice one. Gameless says, well, I can safely say Tuesday's stream was the most nerve-wracking stream I've ever done, and yes, it's us, but all three of... But as three of the NPCs. Okay, so it's the three of you playing, doing the Nomad challenge together. I get you. Okay, that's going to be interesting. But with no followers with you. Need Coffee now says, I'm going to trust your opinion on Dune and purchase it on console when it releases. Nice one. Enjoy. Bulwark says, something to mention is you get more rads if you stand in the pool. Yeah, if you stand in the green liquid, your rad level goes up more, so you want to stand on the rocks if you can. There's also zones with different radiation levels, which we just showed. We went into high radiation level. Confused Barbarian says, hey Bad Guy, are you streaming today? Bulwark says, I usually go to the big pools. Yakarob says, the volcano always makes me nervous. And Kane says, reminder, there's a giveaway going on in Discord. Yeah, we're giving away, it's the last of the anniversary giveaways. We're giving away a copy of the Dune Awakening base game for Steam. Over on Discord, go to the giveaways channel, enter for free. Somebody can get themselves a key for Dune Awakening on Steam. Right, so now we need to go back to base. I've just went in the wrong place. I've went into on all my other playthroughs. I am in the eastern Vermilius Gap. So by default, I go in on the 12 o'clock entrance. And that's not where we need to go today. Not yet. We haven't quite moved up there yet. We're going to have to let this load in, and then we're going to have to fly back out again. That guy is streaming today. Cool. Sure to give a link to that before we're finished. Right. Get in the Thopter. Take off. Where are we? Okay, we need to go over that way. Oh, I don't have my boost on. So when I'm pushing my boost button, I'm just falling out of the sky. There's another player. Gliding their Thopter. Get up even higher. High altitude, high fuel consumption. Okay, glide in. Discordy06. Hello to the man that got me to buy Conan Exiles and all DLCs. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I hope you enjoy it. Right, we need to actually go in over, I guess, over here. Come on, load in. Discordy said, just ordered a new PC with a Ryzen 7 9850 X3D and an RTX 5080 for Conan Exiles. Wow. I can guarantee you don't need anywhere near that spec to play Conan Exiles. Your 26 new player guide is awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's a future-proofed machine if ever I saw one. As Kane says, that is a beast. Indeed. Right, up we go. Get a bit of speed up, some straight line speed, and then vulture. Once we've got some airspeed up, we can level it out. We need it for GTA 6. Got a couple of years before we get GTA 6 on PC, thought. Damn those PlayStations. All the PlayStation players that was complaining about Conan Exiles that are all getting GTA 6 exclusive to the PlayStation. Right, land. Yeah, I think it was 18 months for GTA 5 to come out on PC after it came out on PlayStation. And by which time I had completely lost interest in playing it, so when it came out I didn't really play it. Right, storage, backpack, change that to the Ornithopter, pull the Jasmium in, and we can now make some Duraluminium. Let's just make 100. I want to keep some of my aluminium. I think we only need... Did I learn the... I haven't learned it, so let's learn that. Yes, it just needs 1 Duraluminium ingot. Oh, it needs 10 agave seeds, and we've only got 10 agave seeds, so I can only make 1 at the moment. In here? Yes, iodine pill. Oh, we've got a reduction. We've got a Landsrad thing at the moment. So once again, the Atreides completely wiped out the whole of the Landsrad, and the thing that they've gone for this time, does it tell you somewhere? There it is. Crafting costs are reduced by 25%. So this week, things are 25% cheaper to craft. Which is why it only needs 8 instead of the full 10. Yes, they will hold the game back. GTA 6, I mean, quality speaking. Nefer says, Mize 6. Not sure what that means. Oh, it actually gives you 5. Oh yeah, 5 pills for 1 craft. Okay, that's cool. Right. Does that mean that we're good to go now? Let me... Marsh, thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Let's top up my water. That look at the Duraluminium has taken all that water away. Ooh. 25 Ron. Thank you, Discordy. What's Ron? Where about in the world is a Ron from? Excuse my ignorance. Grisnak says Sony is probably going to kill their system if they do away with physical discs, so no one can own their own games. Well, I mean, there's plenty of digital-only PlayStations out already. Never says, did we lose sound? Hopefully not. Ah, fellow Romanian. Romanian. Thank you. Oh, something has just crashed in the background. Thank you very much. It was on your end, Nefer. Cool. Yeah, man. I don't think anybody actually owns their own games anymore. There's a big thing going on about that. What about my... There's a lot of games that even if you own the physical game, you need to log into some sort of online system to play them. I want to fill my container. Fill my litre, John. There we go. Right. Do I have everything I need? I have my armour. Oh, I need to get rid of... Oh, I never surveyed... Oh well, we're heading back there now. We're heading back. Right, in here, storage. Drop that in there. My radiation suit, got my iodine pills. Got my heals. Got my weapons, got my ammo. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's go and find the wreck of the Delphis. We've done all the prep work. We now can actually carry on with the... Ah, wait a minute, wait. Let me get my booster back on. We don't need storage anymore. Did we get everything out of the storage? Nope. Take that. Take that. And that. Cool work in Discordy. Speaking to each other in Romanian. And it's auto-translating it to me as health. Dog says PC has essentially been digital only for a while now. That's true. Yeah, I can't remember the last time. I have bought physical copies, but when you buy the physical copy, you open up the box and there's a paper disc inside it with a download code on it. DC Weston says, have you killed anyone yet this episode? No, we haven't. We've just been prepping our radiation gear, so we haven't killed anybody. Oh. Use that, go here, take that onto here. Detach mode. Detach the storage. Killed a few rocks this game. Wonder what your total body count is for the series. I wouldn't even like to guess. You do get achievements for killing like 500 sandflies and 500 slavers and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not sure. Open. Thank you. Right, put that back on there. That in there, and that in there. And then I'll go and drop off that jasmium upstairs. And then we can go find the Delphis and then start killing people. Oh, it doesn't fit. Does it fit in here? Yes, it does. Right, let's go. Bobo says, I think he just needs to kill 500 scavengers left to go. Kane says he just got the 500 masquerade. Wow, that's nice. Oh, look at that. Look at that sunrise over the mountains. Unreal Engine 5, ladies and gentlemen. And DC Weston says, that's okay, digital NPCs don't leave digital NPC orphans and widows. That is true. Just pixels. Oh, it says 500 sandflies and 500 snipers I did for the zones, but I didn't stay too long. I need to put a rocket launcher on. And Discordy says, my guys, I will finish the workout soon, going to take a shower and heading out for a quick walk in the park with the wife. Glad to see you all in person. Have fun and good luck. Thanks for popping by. Nice to see you. Maybe see you again soon. Right, so that's where we went in. I think it's a bit further north that we need to go, so let's try this one. Yaku says, I don't think I have an actual game disc since PS4, although my PS5 does have a disc slot. Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything on the PlayStation has to be bought from the PlayStation Store, so they can control the prices. Oh, it's quite a bit further north. Right, so let's head north. No, let's boost. What's going on? Boost. Okay, we need to get our speed up. Then Vulture. So if we go due north, we can stay out of the radiation zone for as long as possible. And then we can just go straight in. You see, is that it there? That must be it there. So it is like a half ship as well. Right. The radiation suit back on. Let's see how we go. Boost. Let's see what we've got. Sesame's here. Hi, Sesame. Survey says, Kane. Yep. Remind me when I come out. Okay, I can see peoples. This looks like it may be actually going to be very similar to the Harkonnen one. Right, we should be sheltered under here. Wreck of the Delphist aft. We're in a low radiation zone, so we should be okay. We might actually, after all that, we might not actually need the iodine pills. Right, reload. Check the other, reload that one too. Oh, somebody's been hanged. There's somebody there. Oh, it's a heavy something or other. Oh, somebody is chucking use my new knife. Down you go. Take you out. Ooh, ow, ow. I almost took my shield all the way down. So let's get the shield back up. Maybe swap to the first drill shot. And put some Drills in you, and then do another one. Take you out. Right. Look at my new blood extractor. Speak about overkill. When I was doing all that aluminium, I had to get lots more water, so I've upgraded to the Mark IV blood extractor. Right, so if it's anything like the one for the Harkonnen, that should be all the people. Except the Harkonnen one isn't in a radiation zone. This is very similar because there's mines around, so we'll trigger the mines. Yes, this is exactly the same as the other one. So let's trigger all the mines. That's the box that we'll be wanting. And then while we let them burn out, we can go start looting. Thought there was another one there, but there isn't. What? There is. It's buried in the sand. Right, let's loot over here. And we get our first pieces of irradiated slag. This is what we are looking for, I think. Tainted spice, yep. Recover the container from the Delphis. Some lore there. And here, more slag. And then we need to cut open that, so we need a cutter ray. And we get... Oh, there's not a celestial. I'm sure the one from the Harkonnen quest has got a celestial chest in it that's got like really good weapons in its rotation. But not in here. Okay, report back to Toofer Highwatt. Okay, we've done it. Oh, well, that was a bit of a disappointment. How can I get up through that gap? I thought because it was deep in the radiation zone it would be a lot bigger and harder, but not the case. Right, we need to do... What's our radiation zone at a quarter? I wonder... There's very few in the way of high level rocks here. There's a Harkonnen, one of the tough Harkonnen bases. I wonder if this will actually be high enough to do my survey from. So, survey probe. It is! Right, where are we? So Sesame's arrived. People saying hello to Sesame. Game Labs has said something that's been translated. He said, "Hey Sesame," and that got translated by YouTube to "Hey my voice." Don't know what goes on there. There we go. We've sorted. So that should now be all the zones in... Yes, we've surveyed all the zones in the south now. Cool. Right, let's get out of here. Let's go and do that one that is the Harkonnen one. See if we can get some nice loot from it while we're down here. Right, we're out of the radiation zone, so our radiation is dropping. Rusty Gear says, "Watching Anger play Dune is making me want to return. I thought I'd wait for single player mode, but I miss it a lot." Yeah, I mean, it's other than other people building bases in locations that you might want to have your base, it's not an issue playing on online servers. Just nobody bothers you. No, I don't want to go to the overland map. I want to go south. And I think that's it down there. But let's go up a bit higher again. And dip our nose down to get a little bit of speed. Oh, I've got my booster. I don't need to do that. I can just boost. You can use the compactor on the fire. You can indeed. I just don't have a compactor with me. Game says, chat, please remember to slow blade the like button. Surely a slow blade's got to go straight through your screen. That's someone's base, or is that a crashed ship? That looks like a crashed ship. Well, let's loot that as well then. Before a worm comes and eats it. Right, so we're going to need our cutter ray. Cut array of that, and then we can, let's just take that, spice, ray amplifiers, let's just take all, look for another panel. There's like one on the top. Oh, that red worm sign. Yep. Let's take off. Okay, it's over there, so it'll reach and then it'll come straight towards me. Going to eat that. No, it didn't. But it's completely buried it in sand. There we go, it's coming back again. Right, so there's a panel on the top as well, and then there should be one on the other side. You can get some nice loot out of these things. Oh. Nah, forget that. Quick, get in. Oh, I actually had plenty of time. Right, let's see if it eats it this time. Nope, it didn't eat it this time either. Now it's cut open, I can actually get it to loot very easily. Oh, I'm out of space. I'm out of space. Or wait, one or two, it's wait. Oh well, never mind. Let's go over here and check out our loot. Okay, it's really irate, just going back and forth. Right, so this is the ship that you come to in the Harkonnen quest chain. Wreck of the Euphoria, and as you can see, you're not in a radiation zone for this one. So we can just put on our armor. I can drop that rock. What else have we got? That'll be weighing us down because spice is heavy. 28 volume. I can drop that. Drop that. I've got loads of that. I've got loads of that as well. Okay, that'll do. Right. Same idea here. There should be 3 guards somewhere. I heard somebody shouting at me. There they are up there. Oh, cloud of dust hiding everything. Put off you. Okay, you dropped your shield and it killed you. Oh, I'm almost dead. 6. Reload. Okay, down now. Is there another one up there? That would be 4. Must have been the same one, just moving about. Right, blood extraction. Get you. Get you. And then another one up here. Right, where did we get to? You could use a compactor on fire. Yep. Mind your step. Boom booms around. Yes, indeed. Watching the stream and the World Cup match. Oh yeah. Was it Brazil? Norway is on just now, isn't it? What's the score? What's happening? Right, let's just run over that, trigger that, run over that, trigger that. So that's the place that you get the quest item for the Harkonnen quest chain. And then there should be exactly the same, one here and one there. And let all their fire die down and then we can loot them. So let's take all of that. We've got all that stuff. Loot that stuff. But when we go in here, there is a celestial chest in here. Right, so what's in here? That, we'll take that, that, and that. And then in here, Tarl's Cutlery. A very high level, if not the highest level, cutlery. It is a Duraluminium cutlery. But it does titanium and stravium, which is the end game tier 6 material. But it does 152 jasmium compared to my one, which I think was 70 something. So we'll take that, and that. But you also get a really high level spit dart in here as well. So come back and farm this place quite a lot. Now that we're a level to be able to take it on. That's all the stuff we dropped, okay. Right, let's get... We've got to go to 2 for Highwat, so let me go back to base first. And... Oh no, don't land. We'll go back to base and drop all this junk off, and then we'll have to go all the way over to Arakeen to see Toofer. Where did we get to? World Cup match over. My REH training vids are getting shared, getting lots of questions from new players. A series was made for veterans, but I play an exciting fast style. Nice one. Good to hear. Right, we've got to go over and go in the right place this time. Kane says, I think you can survey from inside the ship. Oh, right, okay. If it's 30 meters. Nefer says, that one gave the Bene Gesserit quest and a celestial chest. Since the Spencer belt attracts the worm, of course it does. Of course it does. Any of those things you use will do the worms. Says the suspense is killing it. Lol, play on words. Right, up in the air we go. Over to the base. Let's see where do we get to. Use sugar wire to get a top. Like Sesame said, the suspenser attracts it quicker. That makes sense. Wasn't thinking about that. Bad guy says, yeah, they really hate the suspenser belts. Yes, and shields, and las guns, and anything else that uses that technology. Dan Evers says, hey all, had a plumbing issue that took precedence, but I finally made it. Welcome, Dan. Good to see you. Good to see you. Right, land. Get out. Get in the base. Get off. Right. Why's my armor stuff all spread out all over the place? Oh, because I've swapped it for the radiation suit, that's why. So F, 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 F. Put that there, that there, that there, that there, and that there. There we go. Everything in its right place now. Right, so we can come up to here, and we can go deposit all blood, and we can come up to here and deposit all blood. We'll slowly get our blood capacity back again. I'll also take a drink out of that one and a drink out of that one, and again top myself up. F, storage is full. There's not enough space to put this stuff in. Right, well, we can take out that medium blood sac and put that in there instead, and we can just learn that. I'll have to remember to craft it. And everybody knows what my memory is like. In here we can drop off that. We don't need that anymore. Quick deposit, quick deposit, quick deposit. Put that in there along with the agave seeds. Put that in there. Oh, I picked up a radiation mark suit Mark 5, but it's very much broken. I must have some spice sand in here somewhere, but that one is now full. Damn it. Put that in there. Right, let me just dismantle that radiation suit Mark 5. Could use it, I could repair it and use it for a while, but I'm not going to bother. And what was the other thing I had? I'll just drop that. Don't care. Okay. To Arakeen. Port back to Tufar. Low fuel. So we are. We're really low fuel. F. Refuel. That's only 28%. Do we have any more fuels in here? We do indeed. Keep them down the bottom. And refuel 100%. There we go. Right, to the world map. Brazil have played so badly so far they need a penalty. Shame they missed. Brazil missed a penalty. Oofed. Missed a penalty, or was it saved? Save penalty. Okay. Penalty is never saved. Yeah, I would say so. If a keeper saves it, that's a save penalty. But if they put it over the bar or it hits off the bar or post, then that's a missed penalty. I would say. Dankman said, I sold 120 gigs of RAM on eBay for $1,200. Holy cow, people will pay that much. 120 gigs is a lot of RAM. A lot of RAM. Yeah, RAM is really expensive at the moment. Kane says he was on target, but the goalie saved it. There we go. Bulwark deleted a message. Fingers. Bulwark's fingers are at it again. Right, I need to go over this way. Oh. Apologies, Game Labs, if you got I don't. Does that time you out for a certain amount of time as well? But Bulwark has accidentally deleted your message, which I think times you out for a bit. Either that, or you said a message that was really rude. It was CL42. Man, a lot of slow RAM. Interesting. And hide him immediately. Yeah, RAM prices is really screwing everybody up at the moment, and the cost of the new Steam machine is unbelievably expensive. Don't drop the still suit. No, it's okay. It's okay. We destroyed the still suit. Yeah, in the time it took them to decide to make a Steam machine and then make it designed and what they were going to put in it, the prices of a kit has gone up so expensive that the Steam machine is now really expensive for not a great machine. But yeah, I've seen lots of people who have made better machines for less money than the Steam machine. Game Labs is back to Arrakeen and beyond. Right, unfortunately we have to run all the way through Arrakeen to the other side to go and speak to Twofer. But of course we better pat the cool on just to keep Game Labs happy. No, not Game Labs, Gamer Hobo. 2 people with game in their name. There we go. There, you're okay. Donkey with your still suit on. Okay, can we go? There we go. Anyone bothering to stay up for the England-Mexico match? Not at all. I did hear that there was a possibility it was going to get moved forward 6 hours because of thunderstorms and stuff like that, but I guess it's back on normal time. Desmond says, welcome back labs, careful, mods about. Over here. Over here. Hey Twofer, you'll never guess.
I expected you. Sorry. Occupational hazard.
Let's see. I've secured the bad spice. There it is. Tainted spice.
Show me, but very carefully.
You've accomplished the impossible, or at least the improbable. More to the point, I think you're ready.
Ready for what?
This bad spice is important enough to warrant Imperial influence.
Imperial influence? Are you certain?
I became suspicious of the Emperor's sudden declaration of a non-combat zone in the very place containing the bad spice canisters. This changes everything. This moves us to a bigger game board, where we just might save my house.
What are you saying?
I am saying it is past time you meet Duke Leto Atreides.
Oh, we're at that point. I'm ready. Going to meet the Duke. It's weird there's no talking in this bit. Sealed with his ring.
Master Hawat says you've earned a reputation for results, Agent. That's good. We need soldiers who answer Harkonnen cruelty with Atreides' resolve.
Honor to serve, my Duke.
You've done all we could ask. Because of your work, the bad spice epidemic has been contained, although its cause remains elusive. The city breathes easier tonight, and that is no small gift.
All in a day's work, my Duke.
A Day's work indeed. Yet one day's deeds can shape the fate of many.
I'm yours to command, sire.
Very good, Agent. Your experience navigating the Badlands and back alleys is required. While the open fighting cools, the real war shifts to politics. The Landsrat is its own battlefield.
How may we gain ground there?
Through trust, Agent, and through influence. A stronger force in conflict than any sword, cannon, or warship. The great houses move their envoys across Arrakis like pieces on a board. Every smile hides a calculation. You must go amongst them, gain their trust where you can. Trust begets influence, and influence wins allies.
This is implementing the new Lanzarat system then, already. And allies win war, sire.
Indeed. I can see that Master Hawat did well in choosing you. Your mission is to seek out these envoys and give them aid. Provide service that goes beyond our banner. And doors will open. Doors will open and missions of greater consequence will follow.
I shall report to Tuvar Highwat and await your summon. Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting. Report to your handler. But we're here. This is our handler. Right, where are we? Ask Anger about England. You will hear an inner groan. Yes. Game Love says, I'll have to remember the donkey in September. Hamish666 says, there's a caveat in countries where PC parts have low/no availability. The Steam machine becomes good value over importing parts. Okay, I get you. Loud and Loving It says, hello, but I would say I've seen a comparison between a PlayStation Pro and a Steam machine, and the PlayStation Pro wipes the floor with it. So I would say it's probably cheaper to get yourself a PlayStation Pro than a Steam machine. But yeah, if parts are difficult, that becomes a thing. It's all AI's fault. Everybody using lots of AI, so the data centers are filling up with AI components and driving the prices of hard drives and memory up. So everybody stop using AI and then we'll be fine. DC Weston says, is there a rivalry between England and Scotland? I honestly don't know. I would say there's not really a rivalry between England and Scotland, but there is definitely a rivalry between Scotland and England. Never says, let's meet the Duke. The Duke, let's meet the Duke. Yep. Those guys have a death wish pulling a sword on you. That's true. Grisnak says, spit on the floor. Max Crownflip says, there's no talking because you look like his missing son. Yeah, maybe. Rusty Gear says, good one, Anger. You didn't meet the Duke in your rad suit like I did by mistake. Return of the Max. Oh, okay, because Max is commenting. You seriously look like your first descendant, okay? Max Cranflex says, hey, Sesame. Kane says, so they merged the two meetings with the Duke into one. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like it. So you would normally meet him and that would get you level 5, but now with the last update where they've now, or the chapter 3 update where they expanded the Lanzarat, you would have to go and meet him again. So it looks like if you've, now that it's all one thing. Where did we get to? Says Max Cowflitz, I got a new harder nomadic challenge for the clowns to try, the RE challenge, or REH challenge. Grisnak says, lol, Brazilian player fell down hoping for a second penalty, presumably didn't get it. Gablep says, Co-op Nomad starts Friday 7 PM. Tay is representing the Berserker, Cathay Leonil, and I'm Delincia. We're using the rules plus 2 new ones, no followers, and if any of us die, it's over. Interesting change. Matt Crownflip says, Sesame, yes, I know, I was looking closely at that. Really interesting, but currently having a hard time getting back. Conan. Max says, Dune and Ark are the way too exciting for me currently. I've watched, so Max was streaming for 4.5 hours last night. I think I've watched roughly about 2 hours of it so far with the new Genesis update and the ships and stuff. Sesame says, Max Cownflip, understood, play what makes you have fun, 100%. Sheriff says, you can do the real camera, Max Cownflip, you can do the real cameraman challenge. Sesame says, I can install Steam OS on a PS5, Linux for the win. Dangman says, PC are going to be a thing of the past. It's all going to be a subscription based. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. The subscription based is the way of things, I would say, but yeah, I very much doubt PCs are going to be a thing of the past. John Lehman says, ping time says you're wrong. Okay. Dankman says, my Samsung TV has the Nvidia thing, I refuse to use it. Is that the Nvidia cloud gaming thing? Yanni's back. Festival was okay, but I was so tired to stand around and a lot of work and kind of tired. So I went home and already lying in bed. Well, welcome back, Yanni. I hope you had a good time anyway. Kane says, reminder, there's a giveaway going on in Discord. Yep, we've got the last of the Dune Awakening base game keys giving away on Discord at the moment. Pop across the Discord link below and go to the giveaway channel, and you can hit the button for a free entry into the Dune Awakening base game Steam key. Giving away in about 23 minutes, just before the end of the stream. Griznak says, I guess with no Fremen, the spitting isn't a thing in this timeline. Well, there is Fremen, it's just they're not here. They've been driven away. We're trying to find them. At some point, hopefully, we'll find the Fremen. People saying hello to Yanni. Kane says, Anger, we assaulted a Pitair fortress and won, kind of. A pirate fortress and won. Okay, so at the point I'm at, you're sailing about looking for fortresses, but you haven't found one yet. So I'll catch up with the rest of that tomorrow. Let's see. If you spend money for a console to play this, you have. Grey Wolf said, if you spend money for a console to play this, you have sad for brains. What do you mean by that? If you don't like the game, that's fine, but you don't have to be rude. Right, okay, speak to the handler, so that's 2 for her.
Report your impressions of the Duke. I trust you analysed more than you merely observed.
See where people follow him. He was calm but sensed pressure beneath it. I could tell how much he approved or how much he was testing me. I don't need to impress him. I need to deliver. Yeah, that's the one.
Correct. Results are the only true proof of worth. Make his objectives your own, and you will earn what no performance can fabricate. Trust. Deliver consistently, and the Duke will remember your name long after this assignment is complete. What did the Duke command of you?
Duke Atreides has tasked me with building alliances among the houses of the Landsraad.
As I expected. The Duke sees value in your mobility and in your anonymity. You can operate where our banners cannot. A diplomatic envoy without the burden of name or title.
I understand.
Landsraad intrigue is not the battlefield our beloved Duke prefers, but he understands its necessity. I will prepare you to engage with the great houses on terms that benefit ours.
How will you do that?
Directly. We will connect you to a mnemonic flutter system, a Mentat-derived training apparatus. It imprints covert operational knowledge straight into the neural lattice.
A mnemonic flutter system?
Yes. A refined network of pulse-synchronized instruction. You will not learn in the traditional sense. You will be conditioned to remember what has not yet happened. My library of strategic heuristics is extensive, and you will make use of it.
Sounds painful.
The experience may push your limits. If you need a moment to prepare, take it. When you are ready, return to me, and the process will begin.
Well, we may as well do that. I'm ready.
You may feel disoriented. The information is there, latent. Speaking now will only cloud recall. Take a moment. Listen. Let the patterns align. The knowledge has been imprinted, but it lies beneath the surface, unformed. Action will awaken it. Real risk, real decisions, real consequences. Only under pressure does the mind remember what it has been taught.
What kind of pressure?
Seek out a Landsrad assignment, serve a house's interests, and in doing so, reveal your own emerging capabilities. This is not learning. It is remembering who you are trained to become.
Which house should I favor?
Every week, the Landsrad Council votes to enact decrees on Arrakis. They take advantage of this, and so do the Harkonnens. We aid them to build a rapport. The Harkonnens don't play fair, so we must spin our own webs of intrigue. We cannot afford to shun this game. We must secure more allies than the Harkonnens. Unfortunately, the great houses are all too aware of this, and will take advantage. So it goes.
Goodbye. Okay, so that has introduced the new Lanzarat system to us. So, Lanzarat here, so it's complete at the moment, but you can see that all these boards, this is fully complete because it's the end of the week, so this will reset on Tuesday. All these boards are for a certain house, House Hagel, House Amota, and the contribution towards them earns you these rewards. So for 700 points you get 10,000 Solari, 3,500 gets the Syndicate gauntlets, 7,000 gets plasteel gun parts, etc. So you can choose something you might want, say that Pardo's Drinker for example, you might want one of them, you can go and do a job for them and it'll give you one of 3 missions to do. And you can complete those missions and gain rewards. The other way of looking at it is these are the different rewards, and there's, so if I go to my skills, we can now have specializations. Close that. So we can boost our crafting skills, and as you boost up you unlock new stuff. You've got gathering skills that you unlock, you've got exploration that you can unlock, combat that you unlock that it gives you more damage points as well as extra abilities, and sabotage. So you might want to decide, right, I want to level up my gathering, for example. So you could go to the Landsrad. Go to the Landsrad. There we go, and then go here. There's the 3 gathering missions. You can go and pick one of them and go and do that, and you'll boost up picking a house to do it for as well. So that has now unlocked for us. We're not going to do that today, but you can spec up your character quite highly from there. Right, if we are now, yes, we're Atreides level 5. You can also bring that all the way up to level 20. But it unlocks at 5, so we should now be able to get the heavy armor.
Always good to see a familiar
What
face.
have you got to sell? Where's the Atreides heavy armor? Heavy armor set variant. There we go. 8,000 Solari. Let's buy that. Now we can. Oh, we need to put our armor on. There we go, and then customize it. Armor, head, and we're going to put Atreides, body, Atreides, legs, Atreides, gloves, Atreides, boots, Atreides. And there we go. We've got the Atreides heavy armor on now, or a skin to make it look that way. Right, let's put our still suit back on. Cool. Right, let's catch up. So John Lamison, only UE5 for consoles. For Conan, yes. Dune will be UE. So Only UE4 for consoles. On Conan, yes, but Dune will be UE5 on consoles when it comes out. Yanni says some people like the console controls better than PC controls. So people who have been grown up with consoles and have always played consoles, they find it really difficult to swap back to keyboard and mouse. But long-time PC players like myself, keyboard and mouse is by far the better. The speed to change things and the accuracy is much better. But there's some games that I do prefer the controller on. I've got a Xbox controller sitting here that I play some games on because they're just designed better for that. Grey Wolf says the game got boring. Chapter 1 and 2 done. Chapter 3 is not worth the effort. Lanzarote grind is boring. So I totally disagree with that. Chapter 1 was really good. Chapter 2 was really boring. Chapter 3 is excellent. And obviously Chapter 4 still to come. Lanzarote grind is boring, having to grind those missions out, but you don't have to do that. That's up to you. I've been playing the game solidly for over a year now and getting hundreds and hundreds of hours in it and lots of enjoyment. So it's what you want out of the game, I guess. A lot of people get up to max level. When it gets to the Lanzarote grind, then they would stop playing and wait for the next. Same as many multiplayer game. The new content will come out. You play that to play the new content, and then you stop and wait for the next update to come out. Kane says, I wonder if you learn to be a Mentat, can you still participate in this? That's a good point, because I've always been a Mentat, or at least being a Mentat by the time I got to that point. Grisnak says, tried a controller on the PC and the radial system is too slow. Yeah, for Conan and Dune, the radial system to pick your weapons, I can't do that. I like being able to hit my buttons, and I purposely keep my weapons in the 1 to 4, because that's right beside where my fingers are, so I can quickly change weapons. Bulwark says, Grey Wolf, you still get more hours than many AAA games, and that cost me more, so I understand you got bored. That's a good point, because a lot of AAA single-player games will come out, and you'll get 20 or 30 hours out of them, and that's it, whereas we've got hundreds of hours out of these games. Grey Wolf says, storyline for Chapter 1 and 2 was awesome. I thought the storyline for Chapter 2 was awful, all that murder stuff, but Chapter 3 was brilliant, with the fighting pit and stuff like that. Yanni says, Wolf, indeed there's lots of grinding in the game, but if you play with people it gets much more fun for sure. I enjoy soloing as well. That's true. Oh, it just jumped. I hate it when that happens. There we go. Kane says, Thufir needs to get with the program. Atreides has won all houses already. That's true. That is true. Early game Harkonnen got, or if the Harkonnen don't win, they get bonuses to try and help them out, and eventually sometimes they'll get a 1 week win, but then it'll be straight back to Atreides on pretty much every server. Too many people playing Atreides. Grey Wolf says, I got 600 plus hours out of the game. I've pretty much moved on. Well, you've got your money's worth. 600 hours plus is definitely your money's worth. 12 Nichols says, before you get into playing a game like this, you have to know it's a grind. It's a grind in a lot of games. Either way, you find ways to make it fun. Also, we can't do anything to change the game, says Bulwark. Yeah, well, we can complain, because users have complained about the PvP aspect of the game, and the PvP aspect of the game has completely, I won't say gone, but we can now choose to play the game 100% PvE now. So that's all come from user feedback. Where did we get to? Told Joel over and over he should do something with the factions to make them actually mean something, like faction wars. It's only 1 year into a 10-year plan, so but it's good you've got you're able to speak directly to Joel. That's good. But when it came out, still probably don't have that many hours, maybe half of that, not even that, says Yanni. Hope this game comes to console. The game is coming to console on the 22nd of September. That's already been confirmed. 12 Nichols, and it'll also come at that same time with a complete single player game. So you won't have to play on a server at all. PG Ben says, I think is one problem. I'm not sure how to fix the weapons and armour you get from the Landsrad are all level 0. So once you start the Overland labs, the Landsrat rewards are not useful. But I guess it's a whole like with like World of Warcraft, you had to get your best in slot gear before you could start going raiding. So that level 0 items that you can get is kind of like your best in slot, so you can then start doing the labs, the overworld labs, to start gearing up even higher. If you want to, but you don't have to do that. Gamer Hobo says, Lost Harvest was so good. Gamer says, can't wait to jump into Dune, looking forward to it. Gamer Hobo says, 915 hours for me over the last year. Yakorob says, lots of games like that. I generally only play No Man's Sky when there's new content or new expedition. Yep, that's just exactly the same thing. Sesame says, Brazil-Norway, still 0-0. PG Ben says, it might just be me, but I really think the double XP weekends should be standard level of XP. The double weekends just feel right. Forgot to enter No Man's Sky to do the 3 quests, says Bulwark. PG Ben says, I find the endgame grinding a bit tiring, but I would definitely recommend the game. Agreed, 100%. Bulwark says, I meant we in this chat and now in the stream. PG Dev says, have listened to stuff a lot more in Dune than a lot of other games. That is true. Grey Wolf says, level 19 labs is a sweet spot for good loot on the labs. I've never got anywhere close to that. And Kane says, PG Ben, very true. Okay. Right. Where are we? So accept a Landsrad mission from the Landsrad missions menu. I don't think we'll do that. We've only got like 10 minutes left. I wonder if I can go and do... Have I got time to do this 7th Trial of Aql? Let's see how quickly I can get there. Excuse me. Nice armour. So yeah, only 6 minutes left for the giveaway, so anyone who's interested in a base game key for the Steam version of this game, get over to Discord, go to the giveaways channel, and you can enter for a free copy of base game of Dune Awakening on Steam. I wonder if we'll start getting keys for the console version once that releases. Pages End says, personally I don't know if I ever make it to level 19. I seem to be stuck around 5. Yeah, I don't really have the interest to go and grind all the... Because you've got to kind of grind the labs to get the gear in order to go and do... Oh, there we go. You kind of do level 1 to get better gear, to then do level 2 to get better gear, to then do level 3 to get better gear. And got to work your way all that up the way. With all RNG and stuff like that. So that doesn't really appeal to me. GameLab says, it should stay interesting for me as I have a stream series and a video series, but we will see. Like we said, there's plenty of stuff to do, even without that. Right, where is... Where is that 7th? Locate the 7th trial view map. Okay, so it's in the rift beside that tower. So roundabout. Oh, there it is there. I was looking for the wrong symbol. Right, boost. Vulture. Whoop. Yanni says, would like to try out Dune on PS4 if it will work. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it is just for PS5 and PS5 Pro. And Grey Wolf says, holy crap, hardcore not doing well on your Landsrat. Nope, on this server, that's pretty much every week. But the fact they've claimed every square, There's lots of people doing a lot of effort. Dave Hogg says, supper's on, loved the episode, good night all. Night Dave, thanks for popping by. Right, so we have to go into the rift, down to the bottom. Oh, maybe it's not down to the bottom, maybe that's it there, is it? No, it is down to the bottom, there it is there. The Red Maw. Right, park outside it, we're already getting shot at. Get out of it. Right, we'll put that on there and we'll put our gear on. Got our shield on already. Gamer Host says, I want to do the journeys to do Old Quarry on 15 and any on 20 and 30, but I'm not in a rush. Sesame says, for me to get into another open world survival would have to be co-op and a game we could nomad. I'm good with CE for now. Well, Kane and Max were nomading this game. Oh, you know, no, that's not true. Was it a nomad challenge? Maybe it was. Maybe it was. I can't remember what the exact rules were. Yeah, because they couldn't build anything. They had to loot or grab stuff from other people. Reload. This is the Red Maw. Somebody there. Somebody there too. This way. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. Interact with the altar. Walk mode on, and he does that funny jog thing, and inhale this drugs. Let's all leave like 70 plus and only 52 likes. Let's all leave a like. 70 plus and only 52 likes. Okay, thank you. Yeah, PG Ben says, I think the combat specialization is really important for higher lab grinds. Yeah, because it's going to give you more damage. What's really handy is the extra inventory slots and weight limit as well. First gear, I used to make mid-game base in the lowest part of the rift. Sun and sandstorm protection was nice. Max says, Kane and me did a nomad challenge in Dune Awakening until someone forgot basic game mechanics like shields on and so on. Right. Can't even remember what this one is about. Let's go see.
Why were we created? Ibn
Oh, it's the still tent.
The weight of a kindly god is a fearful thing. Our god gave
Caught in a
us
storm,
the
get in the still tent.
the wind that eats flesh, and the words of the Kitab al-Ibar carry shelter always against the coming of Kralizek. Bila Kaifa.
Okay, the giveaway has been drawn and Don't Do Drugs is the winner, so congratulations Don't Do Drugs. You have won a copy, a base game copy of Dune Awakening, and I will send you the key once the stream is finished, which will only be in a few minutes by the time we've done this trial. Get in here.
For our willingness to forgive. For our willingness to forget.
It's getting ready to storm here. Lights just flickered. Good evening, everyone. Night, Jager Rob. Thanks for joining us. Oh, that was close. Oh. Totally screwed that up. Right. Jump. Jump. And climb.
And the judges said, mine enemies are like green blades eaten down, that did stand in the path of the tempest. Hast thou not seen what our Lord did?
Where did we go? Oh, down there.
The weight
get in
of
the
a
tent.
kindly God is a fearful thing. Why did God create us?
DC Weston
We
says, I
are
play
the
the
action
DCW
and
challenge,
knowledge
play the
of
base
God.
game and try not to die too
And
many
he has
times.
prepared the way.
Okay. Come on. That giant worm.
Ibn Kirtaiba, the typhoon's struggle comes. Why were we created?
To survive Krazelzek, the war of the end of the universe.
To survive Kralizek, the war at the end of the universe. Yahya Shuhada. Remember Nilotic al-Urobra. Bila Kaifa.
Awaken. See you later, John. Thanks for joining us. Go. So that's will teach us how to make a still tent. Another heavy night in the cave. Go. Done. Entering Haga Rift. Okay, that's going to do it for tonight. I just have to get back out of here and get back to base. So thank you everyone for joining us. As mentioned before, Bad Guy will be streaming his Conan challenge over on his channel as soon as this finishes. There's a link in the chat. But thank you, one and all, everyone who came and joined us here tonight, especially the people in chat. Absolutely great to see you here. But thanks to anybody just lurking in the background as well. Have a great what's left of your weekend. Have a great week going forward. And we'll see you back here next Sunday for more fun and games. Good night all.